This is the Office Manager Diaries, a podcast all about the highs and the lows of professionals in office management around the world. We'll delve into their career journeys and diaries where they'll share their stories, tips for success, and only things office managers understand. Enjoy, and please remember to give us a follow.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the Office Manager Diaries. It's Hannah Gray, your host here, and I am so excited because we decided a few weeks ago to do a Christmas special this year, which we've never done in the Office Manager Diaries before. So I've invited some previous Office Manager Diaries guests and some new people that I've been trying to convince to come on the podcast for a while. William, looking at you. And yeah, we're going to have a little bit of a fun episode, do some games and things, and we are recording this one on video as well, so we can all say hi to you, and you can see our kind of bits and pieces that I've given to the guys throughout the episode. So welcome to our Christmas special. There she is. Okay, so let's go around and just get intros from everybody if we can, first of all, please. Alex, let's start with you, lovely.
Hey everyone, I'm Alex. I've been an office manager now for over 2 years. I can officially say over 2 years, end of November. I work for a venture capital firm in Mayfair in London. Not only am I an office manager, I'm also a team EA, and also now doing some PA work. So I have been exceptionally busy. It's been a really crazy time of year. At the moment, things have really picked up. I'd say over the last 2 months, I've been the busiest I've ever been in being this job. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that I do in the office.
Hi, my name's Will. I work at M7 Real Estate. We're based in the South Bank. I've been an office manager now for over a long time, probably going on to 13, 15, 17 years nearly. Oh God, I'm that old.
Jay, let's go to you.
Hi, so I'm Jay Tuckwell. I've been on this podcast twice, so this is the third time now. I've been an executive assistant for 7 years and an office manager for coming up to 2 years. I'm in the position where I'm about to begin a new role, so I will keep that one close to the chest now. And hopefully maybe early next year we can chat about that a little more. Yeah, I was winner of Newcomer of the Year at the Office Management Awards, which obviously made the year for me.
Yes, you did. I forgot it was your third time, and it sounds like you're hinting for a fourth next year as well there, so we'll bear that in mind, Jay.
I presume, Hannah.
Allison, let's go to you then, and Bowie.
Yeah, Bowie the dog. I'm Allison. I too have been on the podcast before. I was potentially episode 2, somewhere in the first few episodes. I work for a company called Colle. So I'm workplace partner for Colle, which is a tech company in the energy sector. I've been there for just over a year now. Actually, my year anniversary was this week. So it was a new job this year, lots of new beginnings. And yeah, I've been in office management, we're going up on 10 years now in some way or another. So looking forward to having a festive chat with everyone.
Love it. I love it. Lots of nice things coming up for this year. Neil, what about for you? Let's go to you next, please.
Hi, I'm Neil. I work for Thomas More Chambers. We're barristers' chambers, so I work for barristers. This is my first ever podcast ever, let alone on the Office Manager Group. So yes, it's all new to me. I've been an office manager for 10 years. Previously, I was a barrister's clerk for 30 years. It's my 40th year in working for the legal sector. I used to work for a couple of law firms, now back in working for barristers' chambers. Been here for 2.5 years and enjoying it.
Good. I'm so glad, Neil. I invited you, and Neil was like, I don't know what this is, but I'm just going to kind of say yes. And can you tell me a bit more? I'm like, you're just in. It's a yes. Because like with Will, I'm like, Will, you got to come on the podcast. He's like, never. I was like, what about if you come on with lots of other people? It's like, I will consider that, yes.
Yes, so hi, I'm Steph. I've been an office manager for almost coming up to 8 years now. I actually had my last day in the company on Wednesday, which was a very weird day because it was also my birthday that day. So it was very, very emotional roller coaster that day. And I start my new job on Monday. I'm very excited about it. It's going to be in the movie industry. So they created the Gruffalo, which is quite exciting. Even though I've never seen a Gruffalo in my life, I did say that in my interview as well with them. So, but yeah, I'm very, very excited to start a new chapter in my life. And the funny thing is, when I was on the podcast before, I actually just started my previous job. So I feel like every time I do this podcast, there's like a new job opportunity for me. But yeah, excited.
It's aligned, isn't it? Maybe it's something to do with the psychic-y vibes that I give out to the universe sometimes. So, well, everybody so much again for joining. So tell me now then about Christmas traditions. Steph, have you got any Christmas traditions that you can tell us about, please?
So, I mean, I love Christmas. So what I do both home and in the office is I put the Christmas music on really loud. I'm dressed up fully in elf outfit. So this is my hat that I would always wear and then my elf dress, and then I just start decorating the office. So I tend to do in the office, I tend to do it on the days, especially now with hybrid working, I tend to do it on the days when nobody's in because I don't want them to hear me singing along with the Christmas music. But this is something that I do every year, both at home and in the office.
I bloody love that. I need to see a picture next time you do it in your new job, please, or a video. You need one of those what's the video where you film yourself and then you speed it up? One of those kind of whatever it's called videos. If anyone knows the name, feel free to jump in.
Time lapse.
Time lapse. Thank you, Jay. You've spoken, so let's go to you next. Any Christmas traditions?
So I'm actually not like a super Christmassy person because I don't stay at home for Christmas. And I don't know if anybody knows, you know that episode of The Vicar with Dibley where she accidentally gets invited to like 6 Christmas dinners in a row and she has to go and eat at 6 different houses. That's basically what I do on Christmas Day. So there's no point in having a Christmas tree because I'm never there to appreciate it. So I don't normally decorate, but then I do go to everybody else's houses and appreciate Christmas there instead. So yeah, my Christmas Day is normally like a really early start at about 7 o'clock, which is the only time I'll ever get up that early, because there'll be food involved. And then, I normally get home about midnight. And yeah, I just visit everybody and compare people's stuff and recipes and things. It's quite nice. But yeah, in terms of the office, because I don't put a tree up at home, I very begrudgingly put one up at work and then actually physically filmed it and stuck it in the shed. So when it came back out this year, it just got the cling film ripped off and then it just up and it was done.
What a
it's all
time
about efficiency.
Saver. That there is a top tip there, people, for listening at home and in the office. Cling film your tree. I need to do that because I haven't got my tree up yet, but I would really be embarrassed to show you. I might have to dig out a photo of my tree from last year. I am the worst decorator in the world. I was not given those talents at birth at all. I can't, the lights are always a mess. It is the ugliest thing in the world. So yes, I think I may do that. Or I might pay someone to decorate my tree this year and then I'll wrap it up and then I just bring it out next year in the same state. You have given me some ideas here, Jay. I'm liking this. Will, Christmas traditions.
So within the office, I used to be the Grinch. I did not enjoy Christmas in the office. And about 10 years ago, someone went and started a tradition, which we still carry on to this day, which is we now do sort of a little sleigh in the kitchen, which is an advent calendar, fill it with chocolate and sweeties for everyone. So that gets filled up every day, and it's sort of spiraled from there to now we have trees, we put decorations up, and when we had the elf on the shelf, I think that was quite possibly my worst ever Christmas, having to hide the blooming thing. Sorry, bloody thing. Trying to hide the thing every day and come up with a new idea. Pain in the ass. But the people loved it, so we have now got that going. We've added a few other elves in and a few other. We've now got the gnome. We've got Father Christmas who comes out in the last week. It's a pain in the ass, but it's good fun.
You love it now. You're converted.
In the office, yes. At home, I don't decorate. We don't really decorate because we always go away to Italy for Christmas to see my partners. family. So we tend not to decorate home, but we end up having the most spectacular Italian Christmas every year. So it's lovely.
Love that. I'm also thinking about Jay's tactic here. It's just so clever.
Yeah.
Jay, do you at least do the washing up when you go to
No,
all these people's
I've got
places?
6 people's houses to go to. How can I possibly stick around to wash up? I provide the entertainment.
Oh,
That makes it sound like a very
okay.
different service.
It does, yes.
I provide the
Can we
table
come and join you,
conversation.
Jay?
Only if you could swing round to Paul. No, I provide the table conversation. And I take a bottle of wine. I'm not heathen.
And games? Some games?
Well, it's a lot of turkey to fit into 6 people, so I'd maybe don't stick around for the games either. Stick around for the important bits. Food and family time.
Me. I'll talk to you and then I'm getting out of here. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alex, let's go to you. What about you for Christmas traditions?
So I love Christmas. I love every season. I'm such a seasonal person. Like my flat and the office, when it's autumn, will be like pumpkins galore in here. And then at home, it's exactly the same. So here, I always try to do something. Well, I say always, guys, I've only been in the job for 2 years. But last year, this year, I always like doing personalised stuff because I think that's so special. So last year, we had green and white because green is our company logo. So I always like to add green in, like lime green and silver is the colours, right? So we had green candy canes last year with all of our names on the trees. And then this year, my friend started a business and she's creating baubles with everyone's name on. So what I've done is put everyone's names, company logos on the baubles. Quite small, but it's nice. And you don't notice it until you go to the tree. And our tree looks great. I have to say I'm so biased, but I think it looks great. So we do that. And then I also try and do extra special treats for everyone. So this year they are having, they've got like a treat a day next week, actually. So we've got, I say they, I mean, me too, but we've got, what have we got? We've got macaroons. Like everyone gets like a little packet of macaroons, but they're like mince pie flavour. They're all just some random, like I just like making it a bit different. I get donuts in for Hanukkah because I'm actually Jewish, even though I love Christmas. I like doing it all. So I was like, let's just do everything all in once. So we've got that next week. Yeah, and then at home, obviously, I celebrate everything. So yes, I have got a Christmas tree, and it's pink and green, which matches our flat, me and my sister. So yeah, I love it. And Christmas Day, what do? We have family over, and then we go to a family friend's in the evening, and her dad does the biggest quizzes. Like they go on for hours, and then we eat more. So eat, drink, quiz, see family, friends. Like it's great. Honestly, I'm very lucky, but also I am a Christmas fairy, so I do love it. Yeah.
I really love that. And just making it so personalised. It's when I miss having a big office to look after.
Yeah.
I really do, when you can just be so creative these days.
Yeah. I mean, our office is quite small. Like we're only 11 people, but I think that's what makes it even more special because people actually appreciate the small touches. You know what? I always love that with everything. So I definitely think the small things make a difference in the office. So regardless of size.
Yeah. And who decorated your tree?
Me.
Right. Come to Essex tomorrow and decorate my tree, please, Alex.
I will.
If you say it's the best tree, you're hired.
Okay,
I'll pay
that
you.
was so easy.
I'll feed you. I've got a bottle of wine you can have.
You sold me already, saying I can
Oh.
decorate your tree, so I'm coming. It's all good. We're done.
Amazing. Sorted. Right, who haven't I spoken to about Christmas traditions? Allison, what about for you?
Yeah. So obviously only a year in, so couldn't really speak to tradition as of yet. 'Cause I think our Christmas party was my 3rd day last year, so it was thrown in the deep end. And oddly, and maybe thankfully in this role, I'm not responsible for planning Christmas parties, which is a first. So it's a nice break for me from what I've been used to in previous roles. We do have trees up in all our UK offices, which are really gorgeous. And I love the playlist, so I always make a Christmassy playlist. Usually for the office, I try to mix in some non-Christmas music so everyone isn't by day 3 wanting to pull their ears off of their heads. But there's a little vibe, just a gentle Christmas vibe in offices. And then at home, so my best mate that I live with, she and I are both from Canada. We're trying to clear the accent. We don't go home for Christmas because it's very cold in Canada. And why would we choose to go home then? So we stay here, and our tradition, quote unquote, is to eat as much cheese and drink as much wine as we can whilst watching a combination of the best and worst Christmas movies that are on offer on all streaming platforms. So we basically do that for about 3 weeks over the Christmas period. That is our tradition, and it's pretty great.
Love that one. I'm getting some great ideas here for offices, and hopefully our listeners are as well, for some tips on what you can do for your staff at this kind of time of year, but also some bits at home. I think Jay's just tops it though, doesn't it? This is just the way you've got to go. I heard this fact on a podcast I listened to, which is not a business podcast at all. It's quite rude, in fact, but I love it. And it's called Luana for anyone that ever wants to listen to it. But they did this fact today, which was that I think it's 4.45 million Brits go away for Christmas. I always go away after Christmas. Do you go away as well, Steph?
Yeah, I go to see my family in Belgium every Christmas. But I still have my Christmas tree up. Like,
well, you wouldn't not, because you are all about Christmas. You're all in, aren't you? So, Neil, I think it's just you then for Christmas traditions.
I ungrinch on Christmas Eve about 5 o'clock, and quite lucky that working here, they're all Grinches here. I bought in a redundant tree. They called it last night. Oh, thanks for bringing the redundant tree from home, and some redundant lights. So that's the full extent of our decorations, which I had to move from the waiting room downstairs to the room where we had drinks last night. So they're quite flexible to move up. Yeah, so we don't do a lot here. A new tradition we've just installed at home, which is great. And I've got a 20-year-old daughter and a 14-year-old daughter, and they've got a tree each in the front and back room, and they have a bit of competition how to decorate that. So that so now I put the lights up and they decorate it. So that's one great job. But my favourite Christmas tradition is to make sure that I'm asleep on the sofa by 4 o'clock on Christmas Day.
Lots of applause here from our guests on the pod, clapping. Yeah, I mean, I used to be asleep by 4 o'clock most Christmas days in my 20s because I was so hungover from Christmas Eve. But yeah, my mum always used to tell me off for ruining Christmas because I was always so hungover. Won't do that this year. Okay, well, I want to play a little tiny game of I Have Never with you guys. So I sent to all our wonderful guests a little glass, personalised. This is my Christmas gift to you, with their names on that they can keep forevermore, and a little Santa hat. And we've all got a little drink of some sort, some alcoholic, some non-alcoholic. And we're going to play I Have Never. So I'll ask, or I'll sort of do the first statement. Has everyone played I Have Never before? So I say a statement. If you have done that thing or experienced that or whatever, you can read I Have Never. We're keeping it to work and office management because this is an office management podcast. Then you have a little sip of your drink. If you haven't, then you don't. Okay. So I am going to start by saying I have never in my office management career been sworn at by a colleague. So quite a few of us drunk then, didn't we? Yeah, Allison's going for it as well. Okay.
I have never sworn at a colleague.
Few of us drinking there. Few of us drinking. The context of these, right? We don't know the context. Right. Anyone else got an I have never? Otherwise, I can carry on with some of mine.
I have never paid for a service and received the item and then binned it the next week.
Oh.
So I've never paid for something that we definitely needed and then got rid of it the next week.
No, I don't think I have. Have you drunk? Okay. Anyone else got an I have never? I sprung this on them, guys.
I didn't know this was coming. Okay, I will do one, which is I have never had someone's ridiculously, stupidly large personal item delivered to the office, such as a sofa or a mattress or something ridiculous. Oh, Alison's there.
Not
Just
that
us with some
big.
dickheads in the office.
To
Not
be
that
fair, I did
big.
get a sofa, but they asked permission,
Okay.
which I guess is okay.
Okay.
That's so weird.
We
I think they were moving
deliver.
house. It was like a, can I get it delivered here and then like take it? Like it was a logistical thing, and I chose to be nice in that instance.
Okay, hands up then. Who would have allowed that in their offices? If a colleague, Alex is on the fence, Jay's saying yes, everyone else is. Will's doing the middle
it depends
finger.
on the
It's a bit bird.
circumstance, I think. Depends on the person as well, maybe. Not to sound favourity, but you know.
You have your favourites.
Yeah.
Most loading bays wouldn't allow that either, I wouldn't have thought. I know some of mine in the past would have never allowed that. So you are a good office manager. I didn't know about the mattress coming to our office. And it was a certain person who ended up on Made in Chelsea at some point in their career. But yes. Anyway, Scott and I have never, and we'll finish on one last one. Steph's going for it. Hey, Steph.
Yeah, I have never had to clear up half-eaten foods from other people that just took one bite and then just left it somewhere either in the fridge or in the kitchen.
We've all drunk to that one. And I hope, guys, if you're listening to this at home and maybe you've got a little tipple as well, then feel free to join in with us. See, that's I have never. So to carry on then, what is this time of year like for you guys? Is it crazy busy with, like maybe the Christmas parties and all these incentives and wonderful things with messing around with the elf on the shelf like you're doing, Will? Or is it starting to peter off a bit? Are you going to get some downtime now? What's it like?
Well, I think because when I do the decorations, I try to do something different every year. I try to decorate or create something myself. So, for example, this year I've made cable cars out of cardboard to put in front of the table. So when people have lunch, it looks like they're sitting in a cable car. That was a stupid idea. It took me a long time, but it does look kind of cool. So I think starting from December, when I try to think of ideas of what I can do. I had the elf in the shelf as well, but I just ran out of time, so I had to bin that idea for this year. And then leading up to the Christmas party, because it's only me and one other colleague that was in charge of it. So it's always kind of busy, and it's always at the Christmas party as well. You'll have the few people that can't handle their alcohol, so you kind of have to keep an eye on them and things like that. So I think, well, obviously it's a bit different for me this year because I start a new job next week. So I'll probably be super busy next week. But normally after the Christmas party, that's where things quiet down. There's not a lot of people in the office. So it's just like the beginning of December that is super busy. And then end of September, it's quiet, a bit more quiet.
Jay, what about for you? Because you've got to shoot in a bit, unfortunately, haven't you? So what about for you?
So ordinarily, it would be kind of part of my remit to organise Christmas parties and end-of-year conferences and things like that. So usually the run up to Christmas is really, really busy. Just trying to get things right, because I think part of the office management role is about instilling that good culture and making sure that people have a good knees up is really important. So to get something that's fun and enjoyable and everybody gets to attend and kind of have a nice round up to the year is really important. So it's normally all cylinders firing until that point. After that, maybe what would be kind of next week and onwards is the kind of time to wind down, maybe do some of the admin when it's not coming in, sort out all of the calendars for next year, maybe take a look at the planned preventive maintenance spreadsheet and think, right, okay, is this all doable? Can I shift something in a month later so that I've got an easier life to plan? And yeah, just kind of start looking at the year ahead and having a few drinks at the same time.
Yeah. Getting strategic. I really like that.
Exactly.
And PPMs, mentioning the PPMs. I love this. And Steph, can I just say, actually, to just go back to what you said, I saw the pictures of the ski slope lift things. What were they called? Sorry, I can't remember now. Yeah, the cable cars. And they are amazing. We showed it on our Instagram for anyone that saw that. That was Steph. So yeah, they were incredible. Art in Offices shared it, didn't they? Alex, what about for you? What's this time of year like? And are you going to slope off, be quiet, and get some peace finally, or?
Well, I guess again, like I've only had two Christmases, like last year and this year. My role has changed so much, so I can't really. I say I can comment, but over the last like year, my workload has massively increased anyway. From EA side, office management side has kind of stayed the same. So I say that, but it probably hasn't. But I feel like I've got that bit under control, so that's fine. It has been exceptionally busy since December, to be honest with you. I haven't stopped. Like everyone probably, you just feel I feel so run down. I'm so tired. Definitely ready for some time off. I think from next week it should start to quieten down when people start to go on like holiday. We've got a lot of people, like managers, going away next week, so hopefully it will quieten down a little bit, which gives me time to put all the treats in place and just have a bit of fun. I think, like Jay said, it's so important at the end of the year to show people that they are valued in what they do, and because it's just that time of year. So I would say being busy hopefully gets a little bit quieter, and then hopefully like the week after that, work a few days at home, and then can just wind down from probably the week of Christmas, which seems quite late, but is what it is. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty much it, really.
Yeah, it's a funny one with the timing, isn't it, Christmas this year as well, because it's like you work right up to pretty much, don't you? So if you are working. Well, what about for you for this time of year? Manic as always, as you ever are, or do you ever get some downtime and a little bit of pick?
Downtime's boring though. No, I run a lot of my Christmas maintenance. My maintenance, yearly stuff between Christmas and New Year. So we've just approved all the quotes for the pack testing because we brought all the electrics from our old office to our new office. So that all still needs to be done. The new office has had the builders in for the last few weeks doing snagging, so carpet cleaning will go being done again, all those sorts of things. Maintenance on the existing fan coil units will happen over that period because no one's in the office. And then other than that, it will not on a normal year. It's been very much a quieting down, get all of the sort of maintenance stuff organized. And yeah, enjoy December as a piss up, as it should be. This year, a little bit different, but we'll be back to it next year.
Yeah, I really like that because I used to do the same. I remember getting, so we had a really big comms room at City Index. Like we had multiple comms rooms, but one of them was huge, like bigger than the lounge I'm sitting in now. And I always got the anti-static clean of the comms room done at this time of year, and the gas suppression system integrity testing done, and all the PAT and the EICRs and all this stuff. It was the great time to do it.
Yeah, the issue this year with Christmas falling on the day it does is a lot more works will be out of hours just because it'll push into Saturday for the carpet cleaning and all of that. Yeah. But, other than that, it's all good.
It's all gravy. It's all good. Allison, what about for you?
So similarly, it seems a bit of a theme. It's like the early weeks of December seem to be full on because although usually our offices are fairly quiet, it's hybrid working. So people tend to not come in a lot, especially near the end of the year, but suddenly everyone is doing their team days. Everyone is doing their team mixers. Everybody needs a meeting room. Everybody needs you to find them a meeting room because they didn't think of it in advance and they didn't realize everyone is doing the same thing. So there's all of the chaos, suddenly more people in the office, you're buying more groceries, you're kind of topping things up more than usual. And our Christmas party is the 19th, which is pretty late in the year for a company party. So basically leading up to then, it's a lot of people just trying to pack, okay, we have to be in the offices, so like let's make it count, which makes my job a little bit more full on. But then similarly after that, as soon as that week's over, it's going to be a ghost town, which is, most people take it off. I've taken most of it off, but I've got a day and a half between Christmas and New Year that I am going in because it's a beautiful time to be alone in the office, where you can like get to all the things that you never have time to get to because everyone is pulling you in 70 directions. So you get under the tables, you can get on top of the tables, you can get in all the cupboards and like really, sorry, not on top of the tables without health and safety precautions. Can't say that in front of Hannah. With step stools and appropriate things and not lone working.
And proactive checks on those step stools. Yes.
Always. But yeah, just to do like the deep like organization and like get all of the desks perfect, just like do that thing where no one is going to mess it up until like the 2nd of Jan. So yeah, all of that sort of proactive stuff is like really, really, really nice to do. So it's like chaos, then a couple days of just resetting, and then the cheese and wine I mentioned earlier at home for the rest of the year.
Cheese and wine. I need some cheese now, actually, making me think of cheese. I had fairly big teams in the last roles that I had, and we had this really big stationery cupboard at Berenberg. And it was just beautiful when it was tidied up and all the labels were in the right places again. And then, like you say, 2 weeks later, the bastards mess it up and and then you have to do your spring clean in the Easter and your summer stuff when it's quieter again to just sort it back out. But yes, it is nice when the calm is there, even if it's just for a minute. So, Neil, what about for you?
Yeah, it's been a busy couple of days. We had our in-house drinks last night for 50 or so barristers, which is, so I had to get in all the booze and the food and make sure that went off okay. We'll be busy in a week next week, just finalising things, and a lot of the barristers go away and their posh kids are broken up from school early, so and they have to go and look after them, or even find out what their names are, maybe. I
mean, if you're watching this on the video, you can see we're all creasing up here.
But then I've taken time off over Christmas because I'm such a Grinch. I'm going to have to get into Christmas mode, and my kids will beat that out of me, so that would be fine.
I love it. Do you know what I should have done as an I have never was, I just thought of it just then, I've never sent a passive aggressive email or put a passive aggressive sign up on the wall somewhere. Yeah, exactly. Let's drink to that one.
Yeah, you're trying to get us drunk in that case.
Maybe. Just so that you come to my level of hangoverness, where I've still got a lot of alcohol in my system, I'm sure.
It's the line learning the kids' names again. I'm taking that one. That is awesome, that line. Thank you, Neil.
I know. It was hilarious. Oh, I got stitches then laughing because it was like double wham. The posh kids and learning their names again.
My tip for this episode is around first aid and near misses. A lot of people are aware in their roles, and if you're not, then listen up, to record and for staff to report accidents or incidents that have caused them or employees harm, or perhaps where they've had an incident such as an asthma attack, or they've had anaphylaxis, or whatever it might be, where they have gone into a fit or something. It might be something around that where it's due to a medical ailment or condition, and most people know that we need to report those, get first aiders to them, record accident records, reports, file it away for GDPR, etc., report to RIDDOR if we don't already know about that. Certainly here in the UK, the reporting of injuries, diseases and dangerous occurrences regulations. But what about near misses? Well, first of all, a near miss is seen as an almost accident or incident. And what this means is that someone could have hurt themselves. It could have led to them being harmed or injured, but for whatever reason, that moment it didn't. So I was at a client office recently and we were talking about this, and just soon after, a guy tripped over on a sort of movable little stool that was around, tripped up quite a lot, but luckily did not hurt himself. And so that ideally would be recorded as a near miss, and understanding, well, should that stool be there or should we move it elsewhere, because it was kind of around a sofa coming out of the kitchen area and it was in a bit of a blind spot, so potentially other people could trip over. So the point of a near miss and recording that is to learn from what could have happened but didn't, so that we try and prevent it from happening in the future. So you would record that on a near miss report, and we've got loads of templates for things like that on the Office Management portal, by the way. And then you look at what can you do. And the scenario I always come to is around this mirror falling on the floor in the sort of prayer room / first aid room / maternity room that we had at City Index when I was the office manager there. And it almost landed on a lady who was expressing on the first aid bed because she'd just come back from maternity leave. And it very nearly hit her knees and it smashed on the floor and everything else. But luckily she wasn't hurt and she told me. And that's what led us to then go round and tighten everything up once a month, from fixtures and fittings on the walls to chair legs, table legs, TVs, door handles, cupboard handles, etc. Like so many things that we then proactively did to prevent these sorts of things wearing and tearing and falling off, which reminds me I must tighten up the stool at my dressing table because that is starting to get very wobbly on the legs. But yeah, that is what near misses are for, the purpose of them, and what we can do to try and proactively prevent accidents and incidents occurring. Right, okay, so let's now do some you won't believe it but. So for anyone that's not been on the podcast before, this is essentially an extract from your Office Manager Diary where you tell us a story about something perhaps shocking or funny or just damn right weird or rude or whatever that is from your office management career, something, that's happened. Has anybody got one they would like to start with, please?
One of my favourite ones to date is the building that we used to be in at the Monument Building. Hannah has fallen asleep there a couple of times. That's not the story either. And it was contacted on a Friday morning by the building manager, security. Could we have a meeting? No problem at all. Come on up, have a coffee, have a beer. What's it about? Oh, would you mind coming down to the security hut? We need to show you some CCTV. The previous time that had happened, one of my colleagues had decided that they'd wanted to not key the lift, but put lipstick drawings in the lift, but had used a key because they ran out of lipstick. But so we went downstairs into the older security hut. And he turned around and he said, about to watch some CCTV. We'd just like you to put an all points bulletin to your staff if possible. So on comes the bicycle store. Off the bicycle store are the showers. It's 2:30 in the morning. And a couple, who obviously remain nameless, come downstairs, deep throes of passion in the bicycle store. Lots of snogging, lots of groping, and next thing you know, thank God there's no CCTV in the shower rooms, but they go into the shower rooms for about 35 minutes. And when they come out, he is drenched, fully clothed, but drenched. She is absolutely pristine, like hair's not wet, nothing of. I'm sat there and I'm watching it, trying not to laugh, while building managers turning around to me saying, obviously that was the female showers. I think you need to go and ask all your male staff not to go in to the female showers, Will. And I literally looked at her and without thinking about it said, so it's okay if the girls go in together, but not the boys and the girls. Shit. But yeah, that's one of my many monument stories that we managed to get up to.
Wow. I mean, just where my head goes with this is that's quite a good effort, right? For 2:30 in the morning, and they probably had quite a lot of booze in their system. I think 35 minutes is pretty good effort.
It was very good effort. Having the conversation with him was the best fun I've ever had in my life. I was like, why are you wet and she's not? That was my question.
Did you get the answer?
No, he was a proper gentleman and said I possibly couldn't comment.
Oh, fun and games.
Very good fun.
I loved having the CCTV access and control in my office management career, can I just say? And some of the things I saw or was asked to delete the next day by a bashful colleague coming up to me saying, can you just do me a favour and go to like 3 a.m. when I walk back into the office and may have had someone with me? Can you just go and delete that? See, all good fun. Alex, you have to disappear in a sec. So what have you got a story to share with?
Nothing as crazy as Will, because that is cray, like next level. I guess what immediately comes to mind is, I know it sounds really silly, but it's so annoying when someone sets off the fire alarms for no reason, and it really pisses me off. And I don't know who it was, but someone was like spraying deodorant, obviously going on a night out, and literally the whole building. And then they had really important meetings. Like the CEO was like in a really important, he was running out. I was like, guys, I like grabbed my yellow bib, right? And then legged it down the stairs. We're on the third floor. I ran for my life. I was like, they're in important meetings. Is this real or not? And it stopped when I was right at the bottom of the stairs. And I was like, and I said to the building manager, I was like, what's going on? He's like, oh, it's all good. It was just someone spraying something. I was like, why? Why do it? Like, just have a roll on for the day, do you know? You don't need a spray. I mean, honestly, how smelly are you?
In your induction training.
So that was pretty annoying. We had actually, it's funny, Will, we had it, well, when I wasn't an office manager, but in another office, like my previous job, like like 2-3 years ago now, we had a few incidences at the Christmas party with regards to people misbehaving. You know what? If I was the office manager then, I'd be just as sassy, if not more, than you were probably, Will. So fair play to you, because
100%. I also had the 2 o'clock in the morning, rather than pressing the green button to get out of the office, the red button gets pushed.
Oh,
and
God.
you have to attend to see the City of London fire services and look at the guy in the eye and go, I'm so sorry. Not a problem, Will. That's $5,000.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Ouch.
that's awful.
Ouch.
That is awful.
Neil, have you got a you won't believe it but story for us, please?
Not really. The only one that springs to mind, I'm sure there has been many, but a lot of them are drunken ones after Christmas parties. In my first week at work when I was 16, which was a long time ago, my dad had bought me a suit from Mr. Byright, and I thought I looked fairly smart in a pinstripe suit with a yellow tie. And I split my trousers in the first week at work, and had to sit on the toilet while the secretary sewed them up, which was I sat there for half an hour thinking, was I in the right place? And once the trousers were back together and I could face everybody, as a young 16-year-old, later that week I had to take some teas and coffees into a barrister's room, quite a posh barrister, with a room full of probably 6 or 7 solicitors, and carrying in the tray, and I realised that my tie was in one of the cups of coffee, the bottom of my tray. And I walked out, and luckily I stayed there for 30 years, so it didn't quite put me off. So that was quite awful.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. So I do want to get to the quiz. So we'll basically go through, and I will read them out, and you can do them at the same time, as it were. And then I'll read out the answers, and I have a little certificate here for the winner to send to you. Allison, I should have got you to host the quiz, really, shouldn't I, doing your quiz master skills? But so the first one we have is match the film titles to the year of release. So we've got Last Christmas, It's a Wonderful Life, All I Want for Christmas, White Christmas, A Christmas Carol, Miracle on 34th Street, The Christmas Chronicles, The Santa Claus, Fred Claus, Deck the Halls, Home Alone, what a classic that one is, Arthur Christmas, Polar Express, Elf, Jingle All the Way, Meet Me in St. Louis, I have no idea what that one is, The Grinch, The Snowman, Jack Frost, and Trading Places. So we've got a number of years here that I won't read out, but it's, like 1944, 1946, etc. So we have to match and write the number in. Now, I haven't actually looked at the answers, so I'm going to do this as well. So we'll just take a minute, listeners, to do this little quiz bit. I've got this so wrong. Does anyone feel comfortable about it? Confident, rather.
Absolutely not.
I'd just
love
like to say at this point in time, I haven't filled it in. I have no fucking clue what any of those are, other than Trading Places and Home Alone.
That's the thing, like, I love
ones
Christmas, but I hate Christmas movies. I'm really not keen on Christmas movies, yeah.
Do I get a certificate for getting none of them right?
Well, maybe this is the situation we're going to find ourselves in. Right. Okay. So let's go for it then. So film timeline. So from the top of 1944 was P, which was Meet Me in St. Louis. So I have no idea about that. So I got that wrong. Then 1946 was B. 1947 was F. You got that right. 1951 was E. 1954 was D, which was White Christmas. 1982 was R, which was the Snowman. 90, yeah, well done, Neil. 1983 was T, which was Trading Places. 1990 was K. That's the only one I've got right so far.
Yeah.
Which was Home Alone. Home Alone classic. 91 was C, which was All I Want for Christmas. 94 was H, which was Jingle All the Way. That's a really good film as well. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger's one, right? Then 1998 was S, which was Jack Frost. Q was 2000, which was The Grinch. I got that totally wrong. Oh, no, actually, I wasn't too far off. Then 2003 was N, which was Elf. 2004 was M, which was Polar Express. 2006 was J, which was Deck the Halls. 2007 was I, which was Fred Claus. 2011 is L, After Christmas. 2018 is G, The Christmas Chronicles. And 2019 was A, Last Christmas. I put Last Christmas as 1946. I got that totally wrong. So up for me. Let me know how many you got right. You've got a little score thing at the bottom. I think I got like 3 correct there, which was terrible out of 20.
And the Last Christmas is the Wham film.
Yeah, so that wasn't in 2019, was it?
No, because the song turned 40 this year.
Yeah, it's the Wham songs.
Yeah, but is there a film? Oh, okay.
There's like a film. Cute
it's a good
one. It's a cute plot twist at the end, which I guessed halfway through, and I was very proud of myself.
Oh, well done.
I see. Right, okay. So we're going to just go straight to guess the item, which is this green one here. So we're not going to do all of them because there's quite a few on here, but it's guess the item. So image 1 for anyone watching is this. So you need to guess what that is and write it down. Image 2 is this one here. Image 3 is this one here. I have no idea what that is. Image 4. And then I'll just show you image 5, 6, 7, and 8 down at the bottom there. So pop down what you think they are. Let me know when you're ready. And we will see who's right. Okay, all done? Yeah? Pretty much. Okay, so image number 1 is a bauble. So I didn't get that right. Did you guys get that right? Oh, I put jelly. Hey, I got that completely wrong. Number 2, gingerbread man. Got that one right. Number 3, a candy cane. Of course, you got it right. Oh, well done, girls. The girls got it right. Number 4 is a bell. I put bauble on that one. What did you put, Will?
Cheese.
You put what? Cheese.
Looked like a wedge of cheese.
Number 5 is a Christmas cracker. Oh, I put a present. Did you get a Christmas cracker, Steph? Oh, genius. Number 6 is holly. I put mistletoe. Damn it. Got that right. Number 7, Christmas pud. We all got that right, surely. And number 7, it's a stocking. I put Christmas jumper. Right, so count your scores on that one for me then, guys. Guys and girls. 5s. Amazing. Again, I'm really bad at this quiz, clearly, because I've got like 2. So, and then the last one we're going to do is this true or false. So I'll read these out. We have to guess which statements are true or false. So this one we'll do out loud and you can write it down as well. So unmute yourselves and we will do it out loud. So number 1, traditionally, a Christmas pudding has an object hidden within it. True or false?
True.
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 True. I would say true as well. And that is correct. Number 2, 1932 was the year of the first Royal Radio Christmas message. So that would have been before
False.
Queen Elizabeth, right?
True.
You think false?
False.
I think it's true.
I think true.
2 true, 2 false.
False. Yeah.
True is correct.
Wow.
Yeah. Number 3, Father Christmas has always worn a red costume. True or false?
Say false.
False.
Yeah, correct. Originally green.
was the
Number
Grinch.
4, it was originally green. So yeah, maybe that's where the Grinch came from. Maybe the Grinch was Father Christmas and he just had enough. Right, number 4, Christmas crackers were invented by Tom Smith. True or
True.
false?
True.
True.
No.
True.
Jacobs invented Christmas crackers.
Well,
Rubber.
it was Tom Smith, and Jacobs did also invent Christmas crackers. We've got to stop talking about cheese. I'm so hungry now. Number 5, Macaulay Culkin was 9 when he filmed Home Alone. True or
True.
false?
Yeah.
True.
We're going true. It was false. He was 10.
No.
He looks so much younger than that in the movie, doesn't he? Number 6, A White Christmas is the best-selling song of all time. True or false?
False.
No.
False.
No.
Again, it's true.
What?
White Christmas. Yeah.
It's a pile of crap.
Does Mariah Carey know that?
Yeah. Or Taylor Swift.
By Leona Lewis. Who sings White Christmas?
Bing Crosby.
Bing Crosby.
Yeah.
Well, that's the one I
yeah.
know. Yeah.
The OG.
Yeah. Because I thought I heard somewhere that it was Leona Lewis's song. I thought, what on earth? Not Mariah Carey. Okay. The 12 Days of Christmas starts on Christmas Day. True or false?
False.
False.
Yeah. False.
True.
True. It's correct. The first day of Christmas, my true love said to me. Yeah, it's true. Number 8. Traditionally, Father Christmas has 10 reindeers.
Oh,
Yeah, you
Yes,
naming them.
go on.
Prancer, Dancer, Dixon.
False.
Yeah.
How many?
I think it's 9 with Rudolph.
It is correct. Yeah, it's false. There's 9 reindeers.
There you go.
Well done.
Number 10, Shakespeare wrote a play for Elizabeth I for a Christmas gift. True or false?
Sounds true-ish.
True-ish?
True.
Very committed.
Who cares?
False.
Neil?
I'd say false. I don't think the ears match.
It is true.
There you go.
There you go. Fun fact. And number 10 is our final item in the Christmas quiz.
That's just ridiculous.
Dorothy's slippers were blue in The Wizard of
Come on.
Oz. Come on.
Shocking.
What colour were they, Will?
Red.
Red. Okay, count up, please, and then let me know your scores, and we will see who gets this wonderful certificate being sent to them.
Got 17.
I'm 15.
17, 15,
12.
12.
10.
Yeah. Oh, Steph is the winner.
Yay.
Well done, Steph.
I mean, she loves Christmas the most of all of us, so I feel that's fair.
This is a Christmas
Definitely.
quiz and she should win. This is true. She's proven herself worthy. So, to finish on, before I let you guys go, can you just share one of your biggest highlights, wins, successes of 2024 with us, please? No one's got any. It's been an absolutely shit year.
Still being here.
Still being here.
Being alive.
General. That's your biggest achievement.
No. I've no idea.
I'm quite sad. We moved away from BT and went with 8x8 and saved 20 grand a year and
8x8 is shit.
And less heartache.
Saving. That is a good win.
Yeah.
I hope you got a little Brucey bonus for that one, Neil.
Not yet.
Not yet. Keep reminding them.
Oh, I do.
Allison, what about for you?
Don't know if it's a success yet because it's not done, but I am currently working on my first ever office move. And I mean, from like finding the offices, choosing the offices, taking all the stakeholders around, doing like the full project management. So about to take my CEO and VP of Finance next week to look at the two offices, and hopefully they won't say, "What have you done? It makes no sense. Go back to the start." That won't happen. But so it's not complete yet. So it's not yet a success, but probably my biggest thing that I've done and like biggest project of my career to date. So feeling really good about that for now.
Yeah, love that. And hopefully the move goes well and the viewings go well and you get some good feedback as well. Steph, what about for you?
Probably more on a personal note, like Hannah, that the beginning of this year was absolutely shit for me mental health wise. So I think the best thing this year is pulling myself through, and I feel a lot better like the second half of the year. And I'm now looking forward to the new job, and I've booked my holiday to New Zealand for 3 weeks next year. So I'm looking forward to that.
I am so envious. New Zealand is on my bucket list. It's going to be incredible. And you have to do that. Like when you recognize, I've had a really tough year as well. And you have to recognize when you have pulled through and the end is in sight. And there is something very refreshing about starting a new year, isn't there? Like I'm looking forward to next year and hoping. It's been an incredible year, but there's been some really hard points. And I think a lot of people have found that this year, mental health's been a real struggle for a lot of people in the network, as office managers. So I hope that anyone listening that's struggling, you feel the same, or if you've had a struggle that you're nearly at the end or you're at the end and you can start afresh next year. So that's a really, really nice one to share. Thanks, Steph. Will, other than being alive, is there anything else you want to share with us, my darling?
Yeah, I guess it's sort of the year, considering everything that's been thrown onto my plate this year. Just downsizing the office, being able to make sure that, people are looked after throughout the year was probably my number one goal, as well as the company. So I think I'm probably most proud of that.
He does have a heart, everybody.
Try not to let you know about it, though.
It came out in the pod. We got you eventually. Yeah. Well, right. Guys, honestly, thank you so much for giving up some of your time to be on the Office Manager Diaries. Our very first, maybe the last, maybe not. We'll see how this comes out. Christmas special. Lots of love. Have an amazing Christmas.
You too, Hannah.
Merry Christmas, Hannah.
Thanks, Hannah. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you.
This episode is sponsored by the Office Management Portal, our free online membership platform aimed at connecting, supporting and empowering office managers in a simple-to-use, all-in-one self-service resource. You can sign up right now at www.theofficemanagementportal.com and click the sign up button in the top right. If you want to upgrade your account to our premium membership at any time for unlimited downloadable templates and monthly expert masterclasses, use the code THEOMD for 25% off. That's THEOMD for Office Manager Diaries for 25% off. Thank you for listening.